Clarence and Mary Surface. He's been participating in soccer for 9 years. His future plans: he wants to go to law school, has held straight A's since elementary school, and has been in the band for 4 years. Tanner Surface. Next up is P.J. Tabor. He's been escorted by his mom, Sarita Hurt. This is his first year playing middle school soccer. His future plans are to go to college and become an engineer. P.J. Tabor.
Okay, next up we have our 8th grade volleyball players. First up is Brooklyn Edwards. She is being escorted by Brianna McDaniel and Xavier, her brother. Brooklyn has participated in volleyball for 2 years, and her future plans are to join the military. Brooklyn Edwards. Okay, next we have Jaslyn Renee Edwards. She's being escorted by her mother, Jessica Holly Davis, and her father, Jason Edwards. Jaslyn is our only 3-year volleyball player this year. And when she grows up in the future, she wants to have a career in the health field as a stenographer. Jaslyn Edwards. Next we have Sydney English. Sydney is being escorted by her mother, Carla English, her father, Bobby English, and her sister, Olivia English. Sydney has played volleyball for 2 years, and she is undecided for her future plans, but she knows she wants to continue to play volleyball and softball. Sydney English. Next we have Olivia Kendall. She's being escorted by her mom, Angela, her dad, Tom, her sister, Mackenzie. Olivia has been playing volleyball for 2 years at Bluefield Middle, and when she grows up, she wants to be a veterinarian, and she wants to continue to play volleyball. Olivia Kendall. Next we have Aniston Smith. Aniston is being escorted by her father, Edmund Smith, and her mother, Kara Smith. This is Aniston's first year playing volleyball, and in the future she is undecided, but she would like to continue to play volleyball in high school. Aniston Smith. Next we have Lindsay Tucker. She is being escorted by her father, Gary Tucker, and her mother, Crystal Tucker. This is Lindsay's first year playing volleyball at Bluefield Middle, and her future plans are to go to college and become a flight nurse. Lindsay Tucker. And last but not least, we have Mary Villarreal. Mary is being escorted by her mom, Shara, and her stepdad, Jimmy. This is Mary's second year playing volleyball. She's played 5 years of softball and 5 years of basketball. Her future plans are to become an OB nurse or a nurse that specializes with babies. And she would like to continue with sports as long as she can. Mary Villarreal.
And now, to recognize the 8th graders of the marching band.
First up, we have Mason Brummett, escorted by his parents Randy and Heather Brummett. He's played in the band for 4 years, and he will be attending Bluefield High School as he also plans to pursue a career in culinary. Mason Brummett. Next, we have Savannah Counts, escorted by Chris and Heather Counts, her parents. She's been in for 4 years, and for her future plans, she's undecided. Heather Counts. Savannah Counts. Next, we have Antonio Freud, escorted by his mom, Deborah Freud, and his dad, Jim Freud. He's been in band for 4 years, and he plans to become an investment banker. Antonio Freud. Next is Wednesday Gibson, escorted by Christina Gibson and Jordan Gibson. She's been in band for 5 years, and she is undecided in her future plans. Wednesday Gibson. Next, we have Mila Hanna, escorted by Jessamine Hanna and D'Angelo Hanna, her parents. She's been in band for 3 years, and her future plans is to become an interior and exterior design or architecture. Mila Hanna.
She's been in band 31.
Next, we have Grayson and Mason Holiday, escorted by their parents, Damian and Jabina Holiday. They have both been in band for 2 years, and Grayson's plan is playing basketball and become a lawyer, and Mason's plan is to run track and to go into law enforcement. Grayson and Mason Holiday. Next, we have Grace Jessup, escorted by Amanda Mullins, her mother, and Jonathan Jessup, her father. She's been in band for 4 years, and for her future plans and other accomplishments, she wants to go into neuro or cardiac surgery, or she will become a law and public safety officer, and she will do art and travel the world. Grace Jessup. Next up, we have Braden Nunn, escorted by his mom, Melissa Nunn, his dad, Brian Nunn, and his little brother, Brady Nunn. He's been in band for 4 years, and Braden plans to continue in robotics, the robotics program, and to be a mechanical engineer. Braden Nunn. Next, we have Peyton Phillips, escorted by her mother, Kayla Phillips, Mary Ellen Johnson, her grandmother, and Emily Phillips, her sister. She's been in band for 3 years, and for her future plan, she is undecided. Peyton Phillips. Next, we have Brooklyn Smith, escorted by her parents, Debbie and Brian Smith. She's been in band for 3 years, and she is undecided in her future plans. Brooklyn Smith. Next, we have Teray Smith, escorted by his parents, Mika and Tyrone Hawkins. He's been in band for 1 year, and his future plans is to become a doctor. Teray Smith. Next, we have Brady Solt, escorted by Joe and Sarah Solt, his parents. He's been in band for 4 years, and for his future plans, he wants to go into college basketball coaching or physical therapist. Brady Solt. Next, we have Tanner Surface, escorted by his parents, Terrence Surface and Mary Surface. He's been in band for 4 years, and he wants to go to law school, has held straight A's since elementary school, and has played soccer for 9 years. Tanner Surface. Next up, we have Jeremiah Wade, escorted by Denise Wade and Gerard Wade, his parents. He's been in band for 3 years, and he plans to continue in band in Bluefield High School. Jeremiah Wade. And last, but certainly not least, Nevaeh Woods, escorted by Jimmy Woods, her father, and Natasha Woods, her mother, and Samuel Harris, her grandfather. She's been in band for 3 years at BMS, 4 years total, and her future plans are to become a nurse, and she wants to participate. She's also participated in the All-County Band and Southern Regional Honor Band, Concord Honor Band, and in theater for 2 years. Nevaeh Wade. Nevaeh Woods.
All right, now we're going to announce football. First is Elijah Blankenship being escorted by his mother, Nancy Blankenship, and sister, Kaylee Brady. He's been a football player for 1 year. He wants to be a welder or a mechanic. He wants to pass this year with B's or higher. Next, we have Dazon Brown. He's being escorted by his parents, Charletha Brown and Bobby Brown, and his little sisters. He's been playing football for 9 years and plans to go to the NFL or be a physical therapist. Next is Christian Brown. He's being escorted by Lakin Gerald, his mother, and Arthur Brown, his dad. He's been playing football for 4 years, and he wants to play D1 football or be a barber. Next, we have Raheem Corley. He's being escorted by Angus Corley, his dad, and Jakaya Corley, his sister. He's been playing basketball and football for 10 years. He plans to go to college and play professional football at Florida State University. Next, we have Hampson Cuthbertson. He's being escorted by Shaquella Langer, his aunt. He has been participating for 8 years, and his life goal is to be rich. Next we have Clarence Davis III. He's being escorted by Brandy Davis, his mom, and Montrez Morgan, his brother. He's been participating for 2 years and plans to be a linebacker in the NFL. Next, we have Ryan Dillow being escorted by Donna Marlowe, his grandmother. He's been participating for 1 year and plans to go to college and be a truck driver. Next, we've got Marvin Lamont Dow III being escorted by Marvin Dow Jr., his dad, and Rashay Dow, his mom. He's been participating for 5 years and plans to play D1 basketball and obtain a degree. He is an honor roll student. All right, next we have Tyrone Hawkins Jr. and Torrey Smith being escorted by April Buford, Rashawn Morris, Josiah Khaleesi, Tyrone Hawkins, his dad, and Mika Hawkins, his stepmom. He's been playing football for 9 years. Tyrone plans to go to college, play basketball and football, and become an engineer. Torrey has been playing for 1 year, and his goal is to be a doctor. Next, we have Tyshawn Hearn being escorted by his aunt, Johnetta Hearn, and sister, Lamaya Hearn. Number of years playing is 1 year. He has future plans of owning his shop. He enjoys cutting his friends' and family hair in free time. He wants to be his own barber. Next is Lucas Lambert being escorted by Brian and Holly Lambert, his sister Bella, and brother Noah. He's been participating for 2 years. He plans to continue his education and graduate high school, then go to a trade school to become a welder or anything dealing with cars. Next, we have Jace Pinnell being escorted by his dad, Corey Pinnell, and his mother, Lindsay Pinnell. He's been playing football for 9 years. He plans to go to college to play basketball and be a teacher or an NBA player. A teacher? Next, we have Antonio Pizzini being escorted by his mother Ashton and father Adam. He's been participating for 1 year. Antonio is more of a free spirit, never knowing where he might end up, but he does aspire to play college football. And to finish us up, we have Jeremiah Wade being escorted by Denise Wade, his mother, and Gerard Wade, his father. Participating for 3 years in football, and he plans to play football for the high school Bluefield Beavers. Okay guys, we're going to do Trinity Love Sims. Trinity is being escorted by Melanie and Marie Hayes. This is her first year cheerleading, and she would like to be a lawyer or a judge. All right, guys, we will begin the games after warm-up.
Extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairleigh is locally owned and operated. Drive-up and temperature-controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
One-Way Towing, the source for all of your towing needs. From cars to trucks, the dreaded crash to just plain stuff. For a job done right, there's only one way. Good evening, everyone, and welcome here to Bluefield, West Virginia, where we are here on homecoming night at Mitchell Stadium as Eastern Greenbrier Middle School gets set to take on Bluefield Middle School. Chris Kidd here with you this evening, high above in the press box at Mitchell Stadium with Butch Mounts, executive producer of video production, our engineer tonight, along with Jackie Donnell, our camera operator here this evening, as Bluefield coming in at 4-1 on the season, with Eastern Greenbrier coming in with a 3-2 mark in this pivotal game as they head towards the second half of their seasons, trying to keep the momentum rolling, as Eastern Greenbrier trying to keep a winning record as well, going up against a tough Bluefield squad here tonight to see if they can pull off the upset and get to 4-2 and hand Bluefield their first in-state loss of the season, as the Buccaneers have only lost to Graham, Virginia this season, but have knocked off everyone else on their slate, whereas Eastern Greenbrier comes in. Only losses were to Independence and Princeton, but were able to knock off Shady Spring, Beckley Park, and Beckley Stratton to get to this 3-2 mark thus far on the season, as both teams continuing to warm up here after an extensive 8th grade night where Bluefield honored all their sports down on the field from the fall leagues and getting everyone their due and getting them their recognition for their service in all the sports areas here at Bluefield. Now we get set for football action coming your way here in just a couple of minutes here from Mitchell Stadium. We'll step aside for a break and be back after this as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football action right here on Video Productions.
Raynell Medical Center is excellent health care right at home. Primary care, behavioral health, dental, pharmacy, full-service lab, and more. At locations close to you in Raynell, Meadowbridge, Alderson, White Sulphur Springs, Maxwellton, Midland Trail, and Lewisburg. Call 304-438-6188. Raynell Medical Center. Excellent health care right at home.
Seibold Excavating has proudly served the Greenbrier Valley's construction needs for 45 years. Seibold Excavating specializes in commercial and residential site work, road construction, earth moving, clearing, hauling, water lines, septic systems, concrete work, and more. With competitive pricing and state-of-the-art equipment, Seibold Excavating will get the job done and on time. Call 304-646-1933 or visit Seibold Excavating and Construction on Facebook for a free estimate today.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ has its perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes, come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
That was the Bluefield Middle School Marching Band with playing of our national anthem here this evening. Again, Chris Kidd here with you. Butch Mounts, producer here this evening. Jackie Donnell, our camera operator. For the coin toss here momentarily as Bluefield heads towards their sideline as Greenbrier East will reconvene underneath the goalpost over along the east side of the end zone. And Bluefield looks like they'll be set to take their entrance here in just a moment here on this homecoming night with Bluefield at 4-1 on the season. Eastern Greenbrier coming in at 3-2 on the year. So we get set for middle school football coming your way here shortly as we are here live from Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield, West Virginia, as you are watching middle school football action presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Ronsford, and White Sulphur Springs right here on Video Productions.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ has its perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes, come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Need extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairleigh is locally owned and operated. Drive up and temperature controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40+ cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
Seibold Excavating has proudly served the Greenbrier Valley's construction needs for 45 years. Seibold Excavating specializes in commercial and residential site work, road construction, earth moving, clearing, hauling, water lines, septic systems, concrete work, and more. With competitive pricing and state-of-the-art equipment, Seibold Excavating will get the job done and on time. Call 304-646-1933 or visit Seibold Excavating and Construction on Facebook for a free estimate today.
Welcome back, everybody, here on Video Productions. Chris Kidd with you as Eastern Greenbrier has taken their spot over along the far sideline. Bluefield getting ready to erupt through here and take to their sideline here on their homecoming night. And here come the Buccaneers as they and the Knights set to do battle here tonight at this wonderful venue in Mitchell Stadium, June Schott Field. And again, these teams coming in here both with winning records. Bluefield 4-1 on the season, have not lost to a West Virginia team yet this year. Graham, Virginia, their only setback. Whereas Eastern Greenbrier coming in with a 3-2 mark, losing to Independence and to Princeton, but wins over Shady Spring, Beckley Park, and Beckley Stratton to get them to this 3-2 mark on the year. Again, these are two areas that played each other a lot in high school football over the years and have been longtime opponents against each other. As now they'll both meet at midfield for the coin toss to get things going here tonight. And again, we talked with Eastern Greenbrier's coaching staff before the game, and they just simply said Bluefield's fast. So that's going to be the big thing for Eastern Greenbrier here tonight, is can they find a way to slow down this explosive offense of the Buccaneers. So we even see it in high school season. This has been a Bluefield area that has a rich tradition of middle school and high school football success. You see it on the board on the way into the stadium as well with all the state championships that they've accrued over the years. This is an area in Bluefield that takes football very seriously, right on the border of Virginia, which is also another hotbed of high school football. So Eastern Greenbrier knows that they've got a challenge in front of them here tonight as we await a coin toss that may or may not be coming sometime this evening. Yes. The officials going over some of the last minute words of wisdom and rules for both sides, I presume. Again, the temperature is going to continue to drop as the evening goes along. The shadows already across the field and the stands, starting to see them creep over the top of the mountains here in just a short distance at Mitchell Stadium. And now you got a couple of people coming out here from the Bluefield side. Didn't know if they were maybe bringing out a coin or what. I'm not sure what's missing down there at the moment. But the officials have gone through a lengthy coin toss here to try and figure out who's going to receive and who's going to kick to get things started. So it looks like we finally unearthed that Eastern Greenbrier will be the team to receive here this evening. Bluefield will be kicking off. And again, Eastern Greenbrier in the white uniforms, white helmets. Bluefield in the dark blue that they're so familiar with as well. And they'll come out to kick it away here to get this matchup started. And again, if you're unfamiliar with middle school football, shorter time, only 8-minute quarters as opposed to high school with 12-minute quarters. As for Bluefield to kick it away here this evening, it'll be Davin Williams. And 2 men standing about the 30-yard line for Eastern Greenbrier. It'll be Peyton Irvin along with Austin Witt as the deep return men. Now the officials give the ball over. Williams will tee it up to get us going here tonight from Bluefield, West Virginia. And we're glad you're with us here on Video Productions for this Thursday night presentation of West Virginia middle school football action between these two winning clubs. As Williams checks with the rest of the line, he approaches the ball, puts a leg into it over towards the right side, and we're underway as Eastern Greenbrier will cover up the onside attempt. And nicely fielded over along the far side that time by Damian Simmons, 7th grader. And the Knights will start out with good field position here to open up their first drive of the game from their own 48-yard line. Sam Gabbert, quarterback for the Knights, will bring them to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 up top, 2 backs, 1 to each side for Gabbert in the pistol. So he'll take the snap, hands it off, breaking to the outside, a little bit of running room across midfield, fighting forward, and being pushed along the far side is Witt. And he'll pick up nice yardage on first down. It appears to be a pickup of 6 down to the Bluefield 46-yard line. Again, just good job by Eastern Greenbrier sealing their blocks along the far side, allowing Witt the time to get to the corner. That's another thing Eastern Greenbrier will want to try and do tonight. They want to try and shorten this game. If they can have some effective running plays, bleed some of this clock off, keep that Bluefield speed and offense isolated on the sideline as they give it off to Witt again, fighting his way forward. He'll creep down inside the 45-yard line to the 44, so he'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. And it'll bring up 3rd down and short here for the Knights. Again, Witt, a big, tall back, an 8th grader, along with Gabbert. Come to the line of scrimmage. Again, 3 backs this time. Gabbard in the pistol. They'll hand it off to the deep man coming near side. Hole initially closed up fast, but still fighting forward, and that's going to be enough for a first down. It's good push there at the last moment. Able to propel Irvin forward as he'll pick up 3 yards and move the chains for the Knights. So, an effective opening series of downs for Eastern Greenbrier. As Irvin will check out and go to the sideline. Now, Eastern Greenbrier will spread it out with 4 receivers. They'll send a man in motion. Godby to the high side, rolling out, looking to throw it into the flat. Completes it, but not a whole lot there. As catch was made by James Godby. He was the man in motion that time, but Bluefield read it quick, and they shut it down for about a gain of 2. An effective play there, though, for Eastern Greenbrier to show that they can throw and will throw, just prevent Bluefield from trying to stack the line of scrimmage all evening long. Gabbert now will send Godby in motion to the high side as he'll hand it off here on 2nd and 8. Pushing forward is Witt as he was stuck at the line of scrimmage, but able to fall forward with that big body, and he'll pick up 2 more yards down to the 37 of Bluefield. Brings up 3rd and 6. And this is 4 down territory for Eastern Greenbrier. Godby will check out. Checking in is Alex Hanna, another big running back for Eastern Greenbrier. It'll be him and Witt in the backfield with Gabbard here on 3rd and 6. Snap it back, gives it off. Witt tried to fight off that initial tackle, falls forward for a couple of yards. And he'll bring up 4th down and about 4 here for the Knights. So they went with that inside handoff. Looked like he had a little bit of momentum to get things started, but once again, Bluefield's tacklers just able to close in quick. Now 4th down and 4 here from just inside the Bluefield 35-yard line. Now we get whistles. Let's see if we have a timeout here. It appears that the officials just had to make sure everything got reset properly. So now here we go, 4th down and 4. As Gabbert calls for the ball, he'll roll near side. He's under pressure, he's hit, and he's sacked. Back at the 43-yard line. As coming through and making the initial pressure and getting the sack was number 4 for Bluefield, Jeremiah Wade. And then it was cleaned up on the back end as well, as it looked like also getting a piece of it was number 54, Raheem Corley. You just see Gabbert just didn't have a whole lot of time to allow those routes to develop. And while it was an effective opening drive for Greenbrier East, got nearly 3.5 minutes off the clock, they end up with no points. So now Eastern Greenbrier goes on defense. First offensive play of the game for the Buccaneers, back to throw, now looking to run with it, and good defense by Eastern Greenbrier, able to limit that for about a 2-yard pickup. Zaylen Ward, the quarterback for Bluefield. We saw in warm-ups, this is a team that likes to extend the field, go deep down the field whenever they get a chance to. This is definitely a more pass-happy Buccaneer offense than what we saw from Eastern Greenbrier on their opening drive. It'll be 2nd and 9 officially here as Ward in the shotgun. Rolls out far side, keeps it himself, gets to the corner. He's got a little space across midfield, but he's wrapped up. Going to be brought down right at midfield. It's good open field tackle that time by Alex Hanna. Prevented that from becoming a much bigger gain for the Buccaneers, but he'll be spotted at the Knights' 49-yard line. So a pickup of close to 7 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 2 here for Bluefield. Eastern Greenbrier can somehow mount a stop right here on 3rd and 2. Does make it a little more dicey for Bluefield and what they may want to do if it gets to 4th down. Bluefield's going to go heavy here as they've only got one receiver split out to the bottom. 2 backs deep in the backfield. Snaps it back. Ward hands it off, coming near side, and the first down is there. And a little bit extra down inside the 45-yard line. That's a good push off that right side. Able to give Bluefield just enough space to pick up the first, as they'll move the chains for the first time this evening as well. As Brown was man on the handoff. Down to 2:35 here in the first quarter. Ward will take the snap, pitches it, going near far side with it, bounce to the outside, the 40, 35, 30 down the sideline, cutting back in, now back out, and then being wrestled out of bounds along the far side inside the 20-yard line. And a long run by Tyrone Hawkins on the play. Puts Bluefield in business now, deep in Eastern Greenbrier territory. Again, that's what Eastern Greenbrier's coaching staff talked about before the game, just the team speed of this Buccaneers offense. And now one of the officials looked like he was pointing at the scoreboard for a moment. Appears everything's okay. Ward will have it 1st and 10 at the Eastern Greenbrier 17-yard line. 2 backs deep. Ward will hand it off left side, bouncing back into the middle, cutting back inside, almost breaking out of a tackle, and then finally being wrapped up at about the 13, close to the 12-yard line on the play. There was some good shaking by Davin Williams, just couldn't totally break free. I'm going to spot it just inside the 13-yard line, so close to a gain of 5 on the carry. Bluefield looking to go in for the first score of the game here on their opening drive after turning Eastern Greenbrier over on downs. Ward will send a man to the high side, hands it off deep, coming near side, inside the 10, cut back at the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown Bluefield as they strike right away. As they march down the field and touchdown run by Brown from 12 yards out. Makes it a 6-0 Buccaneer lead here in the first. And you see it here on our instant replay again, just the seal blocks on the outside, receivers sticking with their blocks, just giving Brown a clear path to the end zone. Now Bluefield will go for 2 to try and make it an 8-0 game here with 1:31 remaining in the first quarter. 2 deep backs here for Ward. He'll take the snap. He'll keep it himself. Coming near side, runs into the night defense, trying to get a push, but he's going to be kept out. And good hold by Eastern Greenbrier. 2-point conversion, no good. But Bluefield does strike on the 12-yard touchdown run by Brown, and they lead at 6-0. We'll be back after this break as you are watching middle school football action presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley and Lewisburg, along with Rossford and White Sulphur Springs here on Video Productions. Kickoff for Bluefield will die at about the 40-yard line, just picking it up and diving to the ground quickly and wisely that time go the Knights, as Hannah was the man to fall on it. Chris Kidd with you here from Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield, West Virginia. Butch Mounds, our producer and engineer here this evening on Video Productions, with Jackie Donnell braving the cold out there in the stands, our camera operator for tonight's matchup. And again, Bluefield going down and scoring on their opening possession after stopping Eastern Greenbrier on downs. Now Eastern Greenbrier getting their second look at it here. Under 90 seconds to go in the first. Again, in the pistol is Gabbard. He'll drop, he'll roll and throw this time into the flat man. Open, complete at the 40, 45, 50. Ducking inside at the 40 goes Witt. Sheds another tackler inside the 35. Still pinballing his way down inside the 25-yard line. Great setup there by the Knights. And Witt just rumbled and bumbled his way all the way deep into Bluefield territory on that great setup on the screen pass. As you see it here on our instant replay. Again, Witt shed several tackles on the run as well, picking up 35 yards in all. The biggest gain thus far of the evening for Eastern Greenbrier. Gabbard will go under center for the first time tonight, I formation. So they'll hand it off, coming near side, now trying to cut back in. Not a whole lot there, but diving forward for a couple of yards on the carry. So that'll be Irvin pushing it down to about the 22-yard line, so he'll get credit for about 3 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 7 here for Eastern Greenbrier. Once again, Gabbard will go under center. So he'll roll out under pressure immediately, throws back, nice catch, adjustment made by Witt. His pass was behind him as Gabbard just had to get rid of it under duress that time. And Witt makes a tough grab. Gets it down to the 18-yard line where it'll be 3rd down and 3 as the first quarter will expire here, and we'll flip the field to start quarter number 2. Well, we'll be back right after this break as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs.
Need extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairleigh is locally owned and operated. Drive up and temperature controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Start of quarter number 2 here from Bluefield, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Jackie Donnell, our camera operator here tonight as Bluefield leads at 6-0. But Eastern Greenbrier on the move here. They haven't thought he saw a gap, but the Bluefield defenders able to get off their blocks. Once that forced Irvin to bounce it outside, that just led to a flock of other Buccaneers swarming to the ball. And now it'll be 4th down and 6, passing situation here for the Knights. And now we get whistles, and looks like a timeout going to be burned here by Eastern Greenbrier. So we'll step aside and be back after this as you're watching West Virginia Middle School football here on Video Productions. 4th down and 6 here for Eastern Greenbrier, trailing at 6-0. Big play here early in the second quarter. As Gabbert sends Gobby to the high side, looks one way, throws back the other off of Witt's hands and incomplete. And he likely wasn't going to get far anyway, as Bluefield had it sniffed out. As Ward was there to lay the hit on Witt. Wasn't a bad design there by Eastern Greenbrier. Again, they had everything flowing one way and tried to throw back the other. But Ward saw Witt, who'd been the primary target on this drive. Just followed him, and that wasn't going to get a whole lot had it been completed anyway. And good drive for Eastern Greenbrier. They've picked up first downs on both of their drives and moved the ball effectively so far, just haven't had any points to show for it. Now Bluefield, for their second possession, they hand it off, coming back near side, now breaking outside, almost into the clear, now almost again into the clear, and finally dragged to the ground after a long run for Brown, who had the touchdown run on the last possession, as he quickly gets Bluefield out of trouble deep in their own territory. Again, you see it here on our replay again. Right here, it looked like if he was able to get outside there, he might have had the whole sideline to take. But Eastern Greenbrier with a touchdown-saving tackle on that far side looked to maybe be Hunter Holcomb that was able to hold him up a little bit, along with Cole Seldom-Ridge. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Ward will hand it off. Bouncing out, now breaking into the clear inside the 45, the 40. Brown trying to shed a tackle and is finally brought down at about the 33-yard line. Another strong run for Brown. And again, it's Holcomb having to make a saving tackle, but now you start to see some chunk plays coming here for Bluefield. Again, Eastern Greenbrier, they've had to grind out most of their yardage here on the evening, minus the 35-yard pass play from Gabbert to Witt. But again, this Bluefield team, they can tear up and down the field in a heartbeat. Just a really tough team to try and contain with all the speed that they have in so many positions. As Ward drops to throw, looks, pump fakes, now has to eat it, trying to get rid of it. Ball comes out. It's loose back at the 44-yard line. And let's see who comes up with it. Looks like Bluefield was able to climb on top of it. That's a big loss on the play. As coming through and making the hit and dislodging that ball is number 54 for Eastern Greenbrier. We don't have that number, unfortunately. Okay, Bluefield's 54 recovered. Excuse me, as that was Raheem Corley who got back on the ball. I believe that may have been Tristan Matheny who had the pressure and the hit for Eastern Greenbrier that time. Is now they'll go end around here on 2nd and long. Getting upfield is Brown inside the 35-30. They get back the loss on the play and more, as they got him ahead of steam that time. He was able to turn that into a lot. And actually, correction on that run was Tyrone Hawkins, who had a big run on that first drive. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 here for the Buccaneers. So we close in on the midway point of the second quarter as Bluefield trying to get adjusted at the line of scrimmage. Ward hands it off to Brown, slips a little, now gets to the corner. He's got the corner and more inside the 25-20, cuts back at the 15, and he is gone for a second time. Touchdown Bluefield after getting themselves in 2nd and forever off of the fumble. They take it in 2 plays later, and they now lead at 12-0. Again, you see the speed of Brown once he gets to the corner. He cut back inside and then was just one-on-one with a couple of defenders, and there wasn't a whole lot they could do about it. So he had a 12-yard touchdown run, now tacks on a 30-yard touchdown run. And it's a 2-score lead here for Bluefield. It's Ward in the pistol. Pitches it coming near side. A whole convoy of blockers there, and that'll be an easy walk-in conversion for Hawkins as Bluefield now leads at 14-0. We'll step aside and be back after this as you're watching West Virginia Middle School football action presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs as we're here live on Video Productions.
Raynell Medical Center is excellent health care right at home. Primary care, behavioral health, dental, pharmacy, full-service lab, and more. At locations close to you in Raynell, Meadowbridge, Alderson, White Sulphur Springs, Maxwellton, Midland Trail, and Lewisburg. Call 304-438-6188. Raynell Medical Center. Excellent health care right at home.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ has its perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Brown once again strikes for Bluefield as he scores his second touchdown of the game, and it's a 14-0 lead now for the Buccaneers. As here's a little pooch kick coming near side, bobbled loose on the turf. Bluefield seems to think they have it, and they do. Again, they've come close a couple of times tonight, but that time they're able to come up with it, and it's Hawkins, the man who scored the two-point conversion, that recovers the onside kick. That got trapped on the shoulders of Damian Simmons that time of Eastern Greenbrier, one of the up linemen. He just couldn't get it down into his breadbasket, and now quickly Bluefield has a chance to strike once again. We saw Eastern Greenbrier sort of contained Bluefield a little on that first drive as they made Bluefield work it downfield. The second time, though, Bluefield just picked off chunk play after chunk play as Ward under pressure again. He's going to get sacked back at the 40-yard line. Great job breaking through and applying the pressure as Sean Hinkle, the 8th grader, drops Ward for a big loss on the play all the way back to about the 42.5-yard line. You see Hinkle just shed his blocker immediately, getting into the backfield, and Ward just had no hope on that to try and do anything with it. It's going to create 2nd and long here for Bluefield. It'll be 2nd and 21 officially, with 3:45 and ticking here in the first half. Once again, Ward will drop the throw. This time has a little time, heaves it up for grabs, and it could be is picked. Intercepted along the far side as that one hung in the air, and DP Seams comes down with it for the Knights. And now Eastern Greenbrier, a much-needed turnover, trying to flip the momentum of this game. And you see Ward had people in his face once again, overshot his man by several yards, and Seams was there to pull it down. Again, if you're Bluefield, you may lament a little bit that you didn't stick with the ground game that time that had been so effective on the first 2 drives. As every time Ward's gone back to throw here tonight, he's had a lot of pressure in his face from this Eastern Greenbrier front. Now Gabbert and company will go to work here with 3:34 to go in the first half. He'll hand it off left side. Irvin runs over a man across the 40 and plows his way out close to the 44-yard line. Now we got a flag comes flying in for the first time tonight. Let's see if we had some jawing after the play, or a late hit perhaps. So it is going to be a personal foul against Bluefield, so that'll tack on 15 yards. That'll be a first down for the Knights. They will move into Bluefield territory all the way down to the 41-yard line. So golden opportunity here for Eastern Greenbrier. They desperately need some points going into halftime as Bluefield also gets the ball to start the third quarter. So again, what looked to be perhaps a near knockout punch here near the end of the first half with that onside kick recovery. Now how quickly that momentum is flipped as they'll hand it off here on first down. Irvin fights his way down to about the 39, close to the 38. Once again, hard yardage for the Knights. But Irvin able to pick up 2. It'll bring it second down and 8. We fall under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Again, Eastern Greenbriers possessed the ball well here tonight. They picked up first downs on all 3 of their drives, just have not been able to mount anything sustainable. So give it off, coming near side. Once again, Irvin with a nice little crease. Barrels his way to the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup about 4. So bring up third down and 4 now. As Eastern Greenbrier has 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Bluefield with all 3 of theirs remaining. Eastern Greenbrier would love nothing more than to make this the final possession of the half and try and get points in the process. So on 3rd and 4, they'll hand it off. Nice push up front. That's going to be enough for a first down inside the 30 as Irvin once again able to get a nice push up front, and he's able to push his way forward for the yardage needed. I should say it's Witt coming off the pile. So Witt picks up about 6 yards on that carry. Now under 2 minutes we go here in the first half. Eastern Greenbrier doesn't need to be in a hurry. Again, still have 2 timeouts as Gabbert rolls, looks to throw into the flat, completes it to Witt inside the 25, the 20, cuts back inside. He'll have the first down a little more. Still fighting forward inside the 15. Ball pops out at the last moment. Did they say his forward progress was stopped? Well, they do say it is Eastern Greenbrier ball still. It's Witt fighting for those extra couple of yards. Had the ball squirt out at the last moment. Again, good throw right there from Gabbard. Right there, a good cutback, but then just surrounded by Bluefield defenders. The whistle didn't blow as Witt kept fighting his way forward, but there you saw the ball pop out. It looks like it hit the sideline, but it'll be 1st and goal to go now here for Greenbriers. He'll hand it off. Nice hold. Fighting forward, still pushing forward, as he's going to be shy of the touchdown at about the 1.5-yard line. As Irvin got the handoff that time. And again, if you're Eastern Greenbrier, again, I'd work this clock a little bit right here. As every touch Bluefield has, there's always a danger of them going in for a score. We're down to about a minute to go here in the half. As Witt, first man, Irvin the second man, as he'll give it off to Witt. Big hole, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Greenbrier. A great response by the Knights to climb back into this game, as it's back to a 1-score affair here with 53 seconds to go in the first half. Again, the 15-yard personal foul penalty early in this drive gave Eastern Greenbrier life. Now they look to cut the lead to 6 here as Gabbert under center. Rolls out far side, looking. Witt was there initially. Now Gabbert will take off himself, but he's not going to get there. Again, Bluefield able to chase him down and push him out right at the 1. But Witt does punch in the score, and it's now a 14-6 lead for Bluefield here near the end of the first half, as you see right here on the rollout. Again, Witt was there initially, but I think Gabbert thought he might be able to punch it in himself, but just ran out of room. And at the last moment, you see the touchdown run for Witt. Right up the middle. Again, great blocking on those last couple of runs by the offensive line for the Knights. As Irvin and Witt had fought for a lot of tough yardage so far here this evening, but that time they got a lot of good blocking up front. Created some holes, and those big bodies able to get through. give the Knights some life here before halftime. Again, it looked like Bluefield might go into halftime leading it by 3 scores after that onside kick recovery, but then the sack and the interception giving it back to the Knights. And now going to try and keep this at a 1-score game going into halftime as kick comes down. Fielded by Bluefield, coming near side of the 40. 45 cut back by Hawkins at midfield, and he's going to be stopped right there with 44 seconds to go in the half. And that's why I was talking about draining as much of the clock as I could if I was Eastern Greenbrier, because 44 seconds and 3 timeouts at midfield with this Bluefield offense and the playmakers they have doesn't really seem like anything. It might as well have 4 minutes on the clock. But can the Knights hold here? As Ward will come out in the pistol. 2 receivers to the high side, 1 to the bottom. As low snap gets away, loose on the ground, picked up, and then a sack made by Eastern Greenbrier. As once again, a problem in the backfield for Bluefield as Witt, along with big number 52, once again, Tristan Matheny, able to come through and make the sack. And it looks like Ward was shaken up on that hit, as that'll be a loss of 7. And Bluefield burns their first time out. So again, we saw that's long yardage not been a problem for Bluefield here this evening, but they shot themselves in the foot a couple of times so far here late in the first half. And Eastern Greenbrier has been able to take advantage of it so far. It's both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining. And it'll be 2nd and 17 here for the Buccaneers. Ward gets a clean snap this time, hands it off. Brown trying to get outside. He finally does. At midfield, cuts back, spins away, and he's inside the 45-yard line, down to the 44. And Bluefield will burn their second timeout with exactly 30 seconds to go here in the half, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. So they get 13 of those yards back. Looked like it was close to a face mask as well up there on the high side whenever Brown was spinning away. Again, we've seen him with 2 touchdown runs already this evening and nearly able to break free for a 3rd. Again, with a combination of Brown and Hawkins so far here in the first half on the ground, it's been hard trying to slow down this Bluefield offense. But Eastern Greenbrier forced them to take 2 of their timeouts here after the errant snap a moment ago. You figure Bluefield will be going for it whether it's 4th down or not. As they come back onto the field, again, you got to imagine it's probably going to end up in Hawkins or Brown's hands here. It'll be Brown to line up in the backfield. It's Ward just a little in front of him here on this snap as Bluefield struggling to get set. And now it's Eastern Greenbrier that's going to call for time, as both teams down to their final timeouts. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back after this as you're watching middle school football action here on Video Productions.
Seibold Excavating has proudly served the Greenbrier Valley's construction needs for 45 years. Seibold Excavating specializes in commercial and residential site work, road construction, earth moving, clearing, hauling, water lines, septic systems, concrete work, and more. With competitive pricing and state-of-the-art equipment, Seibold Excavating will get the job done and on time. Call 304-646-1933 or visit Seibold Excavating and Construction on Facebook for a free estimate today.
3rd down and 4 here for Bluefield with 29 seconds to go in the first half as they lead at 14-6 over Eastern Greenbrier. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Ward takes a snap, hands it off, coming inside the 40. Brown breaks into the secondary inside the 35, keeps himself alive as he put the hand to the ground and stayed on his feet all the way down to about the 25-yard line as Bluefield going to rush it up here, going to try and save that final timeout after the 19-yard gain. As the chain's getting set, so clock is still stopped. Ward now looks to throw into the flat and incomplete. Is unable to hang on to it that time was Brown. But they only lost 3 seconds after the first down. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Eastern Greenbrier 25-yard line. Bluefield trying to retake a 2-touchdown lead here before the half. Eastern Greenbrier trying desperately hang on to the momentum they've built here in the latter half of the second quarter. So snap it back, pitch it off, trying to get outside as the flag comes down. Hawkins only going to pick up about 4 on the play. Let's see what the flag's about. We have 11 seconds showing on the clock. Bluefield reacting as if it's on them, and it is. It's going to be a hold against the Buccaneers. And that'll back them up 10 more yards. So again, flags and mistakes here for Bluefield in this second quarter have allowed Eastern Greenbrier to climb back into this game. Now Bluefield likely just has 2 plays left here in this first half, as it'll be from the 35-yard line. And they still have 1 timeout remaining, so they can run anything in the middle of the field if they want. And Ward does have the arm to get at the end zone from here, from what we saw in pregame warmups. So he'll drop the throw, fires deep downfield as man was out there, knocked away. And incomplete with 6 seconds to show on the clock. Getting his hands on it was Irvin. Now it'll be 3rd down and 20. But again, with 6 seconds to go on the clock, this could likely be the final play of the half. It's now late substitution coming on here for Eastern Greenbrier as they try and get Gabbert back in the secondary. So they'll send out 4 receivers, back to throw. Ward under pressure immediately, tries to get outside, throws it up for grabs, and that will end the first half of action as Eastern Greenbrier, late touchdown, gets back into this game, but it's Bluefield on the 2 touchdown runs by Brown, leading at 14-6 after the first 16 minutes of action. We'll be back after this break to talk about the first half and a little more as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs. That is Secure Storage as you are watching live here on Video Productions.
Extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairley is locally owned and operated. Drive up and temperature controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairley. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
At Access Health, we believe there's a difference between care and caring. We know you by name, and our 26 locations keep you healthy so that you can do the things that truly matter.
One Way Towing, the source for all of your towing needs. From cars to trucks, the dreaded crash to just plain stuff. For a job done right, there's only one way.
Raynell Medical Center is excellent health care right at home. Primary care, behavioral health, dental, pharmacy, full-service lab, and more at locations close to you in Raynell, Meadowbridge, Alderson, White Sulphur Springs, Maxwellton, Midland Trail, and Lewisburg. Call 304-438-6188. Raynell Medical Center. Excellent health care right at home.
Seibold Excavating has proudly served the Greenbrier Valley's construction needs for 45 years. Seibold Excavating specializes in commercial and residential site work, road construction, earth moving, clearing, hauling, water lines, septic systems, concrete work, and more. With competitive pricing and state-of-the-art equipment, Seibold Excavating will get the job done and on time. Call 304-646-1933 or visit Seibold Excavating and Construction on Facebook for a free estimate today.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ has its perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Welcome back, everybody, here on Video Productions. Chris Kidd with you, with Butch Mounts, our engineer. Jackie Donnell, our camera operator, here tonight as Bluefield leading Eastern Greenbrier 14-6 here at the half, as Bluefield got out of the gates quick with 2 touchdown runs by Brown, one of 12 yards and one of 30 yards, then recovering an onside kick. Looked like they might go in ahead by 3 scores at the half, but then Eastern Greenbrier with a big interception, able to get the ball back after a 15-yard personal foul penalty, able to run it down the field, and then Witt able to rush in right up the gut for the first score of the game for Eastern Greenbrier to cut this back to a 1-possession lead here at the half. Bluefield will get the ball to start the third quarter when we come back, as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football action presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs, as you are watching live with us here on Video Productions.
Need extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairleigh is locally owned and operated. Drive-up and temperature-controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
Seibold Excavating has proudly served the Greenbrier Valley's construction needs for 45 years. Seibold Excavating specializes in commercial and residential site work, road construction, earth moving, clearing, hauling, water lines, septic systems, concrete work, and more. With competitive pricing and state-of-the-art equipment, Seibold Excavating will get the job done and on time. Call 304-646-1933 or visit Seibold Excavating and Construction on Facebook for a free estimate today.
One-Way Towing, the source for all of your towing needs. From cars to trucks, the dreaded crash, to just plain stuff. For a job done right, there's only one way.
Raynell Medical Center is excellent healthcare right at home. Primary care, behavioral health, dental, pharmacy, full-service lab, and more. At locations close to you in Raynell, Meadowbridge, Alderson, White Sulphur Springs, Maxwellton, Midland Trail, and Lewisburg. Call 304-438-6188. Raynell Medical Center. Excellent healthcare right at home.
The most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off, right here at your local Little General store. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Hey man, I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance, Jake from State Farm. Being a champ has its perks.
Here's the deal, Patrick. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Let me repay the favor with some field passes. Come on.
No favors, just great rates.
Okay, fine. I'll let you wear the ring, but only for a day.
When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Start of quarter number 3 here from Mitchell Stadium in Bluefield, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you, Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Jackie Donnell, our camera operator, as kick will be short towards the left sideline, hopping towards the sideline. It's going to stay in bounds. Picked up there and now giving up a lot of ground, coming back near side, but it could pay off across the 20, 25, 30, 35 to the 40, and finally dragged down at about the 42, 43-yard line. Again, a long run that time on the return. It's taking it back. It was number 20, Josiah Mitchell. Again, he was hoping that ball may just go out of bounds, but it just kept riding the sideline, and finally Mitchell had to make the decision to pick it up and go with it. Retreated all the way back inside the 15 and able to get it all the way out to the 43. So Bluefield with first possession here to start the second half. Trying to see if they can regain that 2-possession lead they held in the first half. As Ward will hand it off. Brown cuts back inside across the 45, and he's spun down at about the 47-yard line, it looks like, on the far side. Let's see where they officially spot him here. So it'll be a gain of about 5 in all. So they spotted about the 48. Again, Brown is been on the loose most of the evening once he's touched the ball. Ward in the shotgun again. Pitches it off. Hawkins thought about going inside, instead bounces it outside across midfield inside the 45, the 40. Another nice jump step inside the 35. Finally hit and brought down from behind. Wow, what footwork by Hawkins in order to evade several Eastern Greenbrier tacklers. They'll finally be spotted down at the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Just some nifty footwork right here as you see it again, just making a couple of Knights whiff. And right away, Bluefield on the move here to start the second half. Low snap, they'll give it off inside the 30, again slung to the ground that time. After a short game was Williams. They'll call him down at the 28-yard line for a gain of 3. So he just got grabbed right around the top of the shoulder pads and ripped down like a rag doll. Can this Eastern Greenbrier defense stiffen just as they did at the end of the first half? And they've been able to get pressure on Warbner. He's been back to throw. Running the ball, though, has been a different issue. Again, Bluefield's owned the running game here tonight. They snap it back. They'll pitch it coming near side. Hawkins gets free inside the 20. The 15 trying to follow a blocker to the 10. Gets to the outside the 5. Does he stay in bounds? Yes, he does. Touchdown Bluefield. Another highlight run for Tyrone Hawkins. And with exactly 2 minutes gone in the third quarter, Bluefield leads it by 2 touchdowns once again. They will go for 2 once again to try and see if they can push this to a 16-point lead. And Hawkins with just 2 tremendous runs on this drive. That's Ward. Will take it from the pistol. Since Hawkins in motion, Ward will keep it, trying to get outside. He's cut off, and he's going to be dropped short. And 2-point conversion, no good. As we go to break, we'll take a look at the touchdown run by Tyrone Hawkins once again to give Bluefield a 20-6 lead as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs. As you are watching live here on Video Productions. Bluefield will tee it up. They kick it away after the touchdown run from Tyrone Hawkins. Gives them a 20-6 lead, as it'll be Williams to kick it away. Again, they've recovered one onside kick tonight. This time they'll kick it a little deeper, as it'll come down to the 31-yard line. Fielded there by Irvin across the 40, out to about the 42, close to the 43-yard line. And Eastern Greenbrier will take over for the first time here in the second half. Once again, going to have to try and find a way to answer. They had a great drive to end the first half, scoring on the 2-yard touchdown run from Austin Witt. It's Gabbert in the pistol, 3 backs behind him. He'll hand it off to the deep man. There's a nice hole for Irvin out across the 45, 50, and into Bluefield territory for first down, as that'll pick up 11, close to 12 yards on the carry. And we saw it at the end of the first half. That Eastern Greenbrier front line starting to get a push and move some of these Bluefield defensive linemen out of the way. Whereas early on in the game, those holes were closing up fast. Now they're starting to sustain. Gabriel handed off to Irvin again. Once again, nice little holes. He fights his way inside the 45, down to about the 43. Picks up 3, close to 4 yards on the carry. Again, this Bluefield team a lot more explosive, but this Eastern Greenbrier team, they just like to lean on you a lot. Again, they have explosive plays of their own, but this is a team that tries to take over with their power as the game moves along. So they throw it quick into the flat, complete. Witt tries to break free, but he's grabbed by the shoestrings that time and brought down, as that's Ward, who was able to get a hold of him and keep him to a short gain. So it'll be third down and about 3 here. So again, they've run that play successfully most of the night. That's where they got their big 35-yard gain as well, was on that little quick throw to Witt in the flat. It's now third down and 3 here. They need just inside the 37-yard line, almost jumping offsides, and now it will be offsides. So that'll give Eastern Greenbrier an easy first down. As Michael Lawless saw him nearly jump offsides a couple plays ago. This time he does draw the flag, trying to anticipate that snap. Now Eastern Greenbrier with a first down, 4:21 to go here in the third quarter. Trying to answer the Bluefield score just a moment ago as they give it on inside handoff to Witt. Able to make something out of not a whole lot initially, as Bluefield was able to get a nice surge off that left side. But Witt able to cut back up. Gets about 2 of it. So it'll be second down and 8 from the Bluefield 33-yard line. Gabbert will bring everybody to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers up top, 1 at the bottom. It's Irvin and Witt in the backfield. They give it off to Witt, runs into a pile trying to fight away, but he's going to get stacked up and brought down back at the 35-yard line, as that'll be a loss of 2 on the carry. And he'll bring up third down and 10 here for the Knights. Good job by Bluefield, able to get into the rushing lanes last 2 plays. Again, 4 down territory here for Eastern Greenbrier. Let's see if they go to the air here on 3rd and long. Gabbert, quick wide receiver screen out to the far side, completes it, trying to fight free down to the 30, being picked up, and finally being brought backwards is DP Seams, who had the interception earlier in this game. He just kept dragging a defender until the defender had had enough and lifted him off the ground to bring him back. That'll be a gain of about 5. Sets up 4th and 5 here for Eastern Greenbrier. It's 2:31 and counting here in the third quarter. And a big drive here for the Knights. Again, with the only 8-minute quarters being played. Again, each possession now extremely valuable. Low snap gets away, and just having to fall on top of it is Gabbard, and that'll be a turnover on downs as Bluefield will take over. 2:09 on the clock here in the third, and a low snap gives the ball back to the Buccaneers, and a chance potentially to deliver a knockout punch here if they go up by 3 touchdowns with nearly 10 minutes in all remaining in this game. Again, it was Tyrone Hawkins getting the touchdown run on a couple of big runs on the last series after Brown had 2 touchdowns in the first half. They've been a tough duo to slow down all evening long. Ward will hand it off on first down. Quick cut by Brown. Gets free at the 35, the 40. Still pushing forward. Still on his feet. Out to midfield. Still dragging bodies with him. And he's finally dragged to the ground at the 46 of Eastern Greenbrier. What strength and what a strong run by Brown. In order to pick up big yardage right away on this drive. Again, you have to be so cognizant of the speed of these backs. But now they're starting to show off their power as well. Again, with the temperatures dropping and the cold setting in, again, it makes it tougher and tougher to start tackling as the evening goes along, as they'll hand it off on the right side. Nice little juke inside the 45-yard line goes Williams. And he'll be brought down about the 42, so pick up a 4 on the play. Again, just so many different speeds, so many different backs Bluefield can throw at you. It's more or less a pick your poison situation if you're Eastern Greenbrier. As we close in on the final minute here of the third quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 6 officially here for the Buccaneers. It's in the pistol. He'll pitch it. Coming near side, play blown up, and that's going to go down for a loss. Great read that time by the Knights. Able to shut that down as that play has been sprung a few times tonight for some big yardage. But that time Eastern Greenbrier read it well. Able to drop Jeremiah Wade for a loss on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9 here for Bluefield. This could be the final play of the third quarter as we're down to 20 seconds and ticking. Just one receiver split out to the high side in the pistol. Low snap again, picked up by Wade, trying to get outside with it, hustling towards the Bluefield sideline, and he's going to get ripped and brought down. And that will end the third quarter of play, and it'll be 4th and long for Bluefield when we come back as they lead at 20-6 heading into the final 8 minutes as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs here on Video Productions.
Need extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairleigh is locally owned and operated. Drive up and temperature controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
Welcome, folks, to the most mouth-watering showdown on television, the Hangry Games Ultimate Snack-Off. right here at your local Little General store. As the snacks fly and the deli slices, remember, dear viewers, every item they're using can be found at your nearest Little General store, where creativity meets convenience. Keep your appetites brave and your snacks ready.
Getting ready for the start of quarter number 4 here from Mitchell Stadium. Chris Kidd with you, Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Jackie Donnell, our camera operator. And as the quarter came to an end, we also noticed that down on the field, Bluefield having trouble getting Zaylen Ward to his feet as he was tackled hard right along the sideline as the quarter came to an end. And now it looks like they're going to help him to his feet here. And could be a leg injury for him, trying to see. Doesn't look like he can put any weight on either of his legs. They bring him over to sit him down and get him looked at. Again, that'd be a huge loss for Bluefield if Ward is hurt in any significant way. He's had a strong defensive game tonight as well as having a good game on offense. But Bluefield could very well be going to their backup quarterback here in the fourth quarter. Which you might see actually just Hawkins and Brown maybe take turns at snaps. And it looks like Hawkins is in the quarterback position now. It's 4th and 17, so Bluefield not looking like they're going to try and punt. They're going to go for it here. And it'll be Hawkins to take the snap, and now a timeout called by Bluefield here on the first snap of the fourth quarter. So we'll be right back after this break as you're watching West Virginia Middle School football right here on Video Productions. Fourth down and 17 here for Bluefield. As Hawkins will take the snap. It gets away, loose on the field. Once again, a bad snap, and it'll set up Eastern Greenbrier in prime real estate here to once again try and climb back into this game. Again, that snap just looked like it never quite got up off the turf. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of Bluefield for Eastern Greenbrier. Again, Bluefield had a 2-score lead in the ball near the end of the first half and couldn't cash in, and Eastern Greenbrier climbed back into the game, and now a chance to do so yet again here early in the fourth quarter. Gabbert hands it off, coming left side, pushing forward, not a ton there. As that'll go for a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 here for Eastern Greenbrier. But again, you feel like this is a must-score drive if you're the Knights. Try and see if they can pull off this upset here tonight. Again, Eastern Greenbrier coming in at 3-2. Bluefield at 4-1 on the season. Bluefield, though, undefeated against West Virginia teams this year. 2nd and 9 now. Irvin will spread out as they'll throw it to him on the run as he makes the grab, trying to get into open space, but Bluefield closes it up quickly. It'll be a gain of about 3 on the pass and catch and bring up 3rd and 6. Eastern Greenbrier's had some good designs here tonight on some of these pass plays. Bluefield, though, has just been able to read these plays so effectively and keep them to minimal yardage. Now 3 backs again. They'll send Irvin out as they did a moment ago. They'll throw it to him just as they did a moment ago. This time he breaks free of the first tackler, but he's going to get brought down short of the first down. So they ran the same play, and they pick up close to 4 yards out of it. That's going to make it 4th down and about 2.5 here for the Knights. So we're down to 6:15 and going here in the 4th quarter. Gabbard gets the play in quickly from the sideline. We saw bad snaps end both teams' drives on their last possessions. Gabbard gets this one cleanly, looking to throw, throws it up for grabs, and it's going to be incomplete as Bluefield stands tall after their turnover on downs, and they force one of their own to get the ball back with 5:42 to go here in the contest. Again, tried to find a little route along the sideline, but it looks like Bluefield just covered up Witt in a hurry, as he's been the go-to man on most of those routes. And Gabbard just ran out of time and ran out of places to run to and just had to chuck it up. Now Bluefield with a 2-touchdown lead and the ball here, but missing their starting quarterback, Zalem Ward, left with a lower body injury after the last series of downs. So Hawkins will now take the snaps for Bluefield. So get this one cleanly, hands it off to Brown. Brown breaks free at the 25-30 into open field. Brown in a foot race, and he could be gone. 80 yards. Touchdown Bluefield. And that could be coffin nails here this evening. His 3rd touchdown run of the game. And now the dam is finally broken open here for the Buccaneers in the second half as they get out to a 3-score lead. So they'll now go for 2. They're 1 of 3 tonight on 2-point conversions. And this Eastern Greenbrier club, they've done everything they can to contain this high-powered offense here tonight, getting a couple of stops in the process. It's just been a lot asking them to slow down. The speed and agility that Bluefield possesses. Low snap again, fielded by Hawkins, but he's not going to get anywhere as he'll be brought down for a loss on the 2-point conversion. As coming through and making the tackle was Damian Simmons, but the touchdown run for Brown, his 3rd of the game, gives Bluefield a 26-6 lead here with 5:22 to go in the contest. As we'll step aside for a break and be back after this as you're watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs here on Video Productions.
Seibold Excavating has proudly served the Greenbrier Valley's construction needs for 45 years. Seibold Excavating specializes in commercial and residential site work, road construction, earth moving, clearing, hauling, water lines, septic systems, concrete work, and more. With competitive pricing and state-of-the-art equipment, Seibold Excavating will get the job done and on time. Call 304-646-1933 or visit Seibold Excavating and Construction on Facebook for a free estimate today.
Bluefield now has opened up a 3-score lead here with 5:22 remaining in the game. Chris Kidd with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Jackie Donnell, our camera operator, as Williams dancing around the ball trying to find a space to kick it off to, and nicely covered up over there along the far side by Damian Simmons. He made the tackle for loss on the 2-point conversion attempt from Bluefield a moment ago. And now Eastern Greenbrier trailing by 3 touchdowns. Going to have a quick strike here and then hope for a lot of things to start going their way in the last 5:21. They've hung in tonight with this great Bluefield roster. Had a couple opportunities deep in Bluefield territory to get a couple more scores here tonight. His flag comes down as Irvin cuts inside the 40, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. But this one could be coming back. And it will be a hold against Eastern Greenbrier, so that'll wipe out the big run, as there you saw it on our replay. And Irvin's had a strong second half for Eastern Greenbrier. Now they'll mark off the penalty. And it'll take the Knights back all the way to their own 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 19 now. It's under center. Gabbard will put in immediately. Another flag comes out here. So now Eastern Greenbrier, who played a clean game all night long, now starting to see penalties rack up here. As this could be a false start. No, it's going to be an encroachment penalty instead against Bluefield. So that'll give them back 5 of the yards that they lost a moment ago. Second encroachment penalty of the evening against the Buccaneers. So they'll take it from their own 45-yard line. So we've danced backwards. We danced a little forward. Now we'll see if we get a play off without a flag. It's back to throw under pressure and killed in the backfield and picked up by Bluefield. Racing the other way inside the 10, the 5, into the end zone. A scoop and score for the Buccaneers as Gabbert was absolutely walloped from the backside on that play. And another touchdown tacked on here for the Buccaneers. I saw the big number 45 lay the hit for Bluefield that time. That was Christian Brown. And then looked like Raheem Corley was the man who picked it up and took it in for the touchdown. So 45 on the sack, 54 on the touchdown. And that will definitely ice things away here with 4:55 remaining. And now a 32-6 lead for Bluefield. They'll go for 2 once again. This has been about the only part of Bluefield's game that's had its trouble offensively tonight. They try and push this to a 28-point lead. Again, Hawkins still in at quarterback. And once again, we get a flag. And going to get a delay of game here against Bluefield. So we've had a fairly clean game all night long, and here in the last couple of minutes, the flags have started to fly here. So now they'll have to go for 2 from the 8-yard line. Hawkins will hand it off inside. Brown slips and falls. And that'll be no good on the 2-point conversion. So a 32-6 lead for Bluefield. We'll be back here in just a moment as you are watching middle school football action here on Video Productions.
Extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairley is locally owned and operated. Drive up and temperature controlled units, Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
Well,
It's been all Bluefield here in the fourth quarter. They lead at 32-6. Chris Kidd with you. Butch Mounts, our engineer, with Jackie Donnell, our camera operator. 4:55 remaining as Williams will pooch it short off the hands of an Eastern Greenbrier player and out of bounds. As that one's swatted out by Holcomb. Well, now they throw a flag down on the field. Looked like Holcomb touched that, though. So if he touched it, then that shouldn't be an infraction against Bluefield. And that may be what they're discussing down on the field now. You saw it there. Yeah, it definitely hit Holcomb. And they may be picking this flag up. And that's exactly what they'll do. So, again, good job by the officiating crew getting together there and getting the right call. And Gabbard, after taking that big hit on the last play from his backside, comes back out. Let's see what Eastern Greenbrier elects to do now. They trail it by 26. So they'll hand it off, coming up the middle, across the 45, the 50. Again, another strong run here for Irvin. As he'll have it across midfield at about the 49-yard line of Bluefield. So that'll be a pickup of 12 on the play. And Eastern Greenbrier going to try and see if they can get another score on the board here tonight. Build a little momentum again. They're on their way to dropping to 500 on the season at 3-3. Bluefield on the verge of a 5-1 mark here on this middle school season as they'll hand it off to Witt. Coming near side, he runs out of room, and they'll finally blow it dead, as it'll be a loss on the play for Witt. And that'll go back into Eastern Greenbrier territory back at the 46-yard line, so it'll be a loss of 5 overall. So 2nd and 15 here for the Knights. It's Gabbard. Sends Irvin up to the high side. Here comes that quick throwback pass. Completes it to Irvin. Bluefield, though, ready for it this time. But Irvin gets out of it somehow to the 50, 45, 40. He's down the sideline inside the 25, the 20, and finally caught and dragged out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Boy, how did he break free from that? Again, it looked like he was just going to get ate alive at the line of scrimmage for no gain and then somehow popped out of there with the ball, as you see it here on our little general instant replay. And right there you see him disappear into the pile, and then just all of a sudden, boom, he squirts out and turns that into a massive gain. And a chance here for the Knights to try and put a second score on the board here before the evening's done. Again, you're starting to see some tired tackling on both sides, too, as this game starts to creep towards its conclusion. As they'll hand it off to Witt. He's got a nice hole off the right side, stays on his feet, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights, with 3:22 to go here in the fourth quarter, and Witt gets his second score of the game. And that'll draw Eastern Greenbrier back to within 20 at 32-12. It's a nice little inside trap play right there. Takes it for a 10-yard touchdown run after his 2-yard touchdown run earlier in the contest. Now Eastern Greenbrier will go for 2. It's under center. Hand it off, coming left side, and Irvin into the end zone. to cut the lead to 18 at 32-14. We'll step aside and be back after this as you're watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs right here on Video Productions. Kickoff fielded by Bluefield right at about 38-yard line. It's nicely scooped there by Brown, and Bluefield will take back over with 3:19 to play here in the fourth. They lead at 32-14 after the 10-yard touchdown run by Austin Witt a moment ago. Now Bluefield likely start going to work on the clock here. Got this game in their back pocket unless they just start to fumble it away here. Again, Eastern Greenbrier still with 3 timeouts remaining. And we still haven't seen Zalem Ward after going out with that lower body injury. Again, looked to be to one of his legs, just not certain which one. As he's still being checked on and looked over at the moment. Tyrone Hawkins has been taking the snaps. He'll take this one, hands it off, coming near side, and not being able to break free that time. As that one's wrapped up for a loss on the play, as well defended by Eastern Greenbrier. There's Jeremiah Wade getting the handoff, and he'll go backwards for a loss of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 13 here for the Buccaneers. Hawkins letting the play clock bleed down here as he comes to the line of scrimmage. He'll line up in the pistol, one back deep, one next to him. So he'll hand it off. Brown gets outside. He's to the 40-45, out to midfield. Stays in bounds and then tiptoes out of bounds. They'll pick up the first down. And a lot more with 2:26 to play here in the fourth. And again, Brown has just been a nightmare to try and tackle long for this Eastern Greenbrier defense, and I'd say for just about anybody that Bluefield has played this year. And Bluefield may be looking for one more touchdown of their own here in the last 2:26. And now we get a false start penalty against Bluefield. So that'll make it 1st and 15 now for the Buccaneers. Again, Hawkins in the pistol. Snap it back, and this is going to be a busted play. Hawkins just takes off with it, and he's got some real estate out to the 40. Cuts back inside, now trying to reverse field back the other way. He's looking for some blocking out there. Turns the corner, still on his feet to the 30, down to the 25, the 20, and finally almost spun down, but stays up again, and he's almost all the way to the house, but took out at about the 2-yard line. What a play by Tyrone Hawkins. Ran a good football field and a half that time and just would not be brought down. Finally stepped out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Right there appeared to be taken down, but spun out of that trouble as well. And wow, what a play by Hawkins. He and Brown tonight have just been electric with the ball in their hands. And it sets up 1st and goal to go from the 2 as we go under 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Let's see if Hawkins gets to keep it again. Did all that on a busted play as well. And now snap gets away back in outside the 10 and wisely dove on at about the 11-yard line as Jace Panel able to recover it for Bluefield as we're down to a minute 17 and ticking here. So spotted 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. Hawkins will hand it off to Panel, trying to get to the outside. He's going to get slung around and finally brought to the ground back at about the 15-yard line as we're down to under a minute to go here in the 4th. As Hawkins will come to the sideline once again. Is limping a little bit, going back toward the huddle. Looked to be Jeremiah Wade. So we're down to 30 seconds to go. We'll see if Bluefield will run a play or if they'll just fall on it here. As Eastern Greenbrier not showing any interest in using any of the timeouts they have remaining. It's Hawkins, 20 seconds left. Snap gets away again. He's under pressure again. He's going to get brought down outside the 25-yard line. So they went from 1st and goal at the 2 to 4th and goal from the 27. But that will do it here tonight from Mitchell Stadium as Bluefield knocks off Eastern Greenbrier 32-14 as they move to 5-1 on the year. Eastern Greenbrier to 3-3 on the season, as we also have our player of the game coming your way here in just a moment. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back after this as you are watching West Virginia Middle School football presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs here on Video Productions.
One-Way Towing, the source for all of your towing needs. From cars to trucks, the dreaded crash to just plain stuff. For a job done right, there's only one way.
Need extra room but don't have space at home? Secure Store Superior Self-Storage's newest location on Maplewood Avenue in Fairleigh is locally owned and operated. Drive-up and temperature-controlled units. Fenced and gated with 40-plus cameras for safe access. Secure Store Superior Self-Storage across from Greenbrier East and the hospital in Fairleigh. 304-645-2515. Find us on Facebook or visit SecureStoreUS.com.
32-14, Bluefield defeats Eastern Greenbrier here tonight. It's time now for our Serenity Med Spa Players of the Game here on Video Productions this evening. And for Eastern Greenbrier is Austin Witt, again scoring 2 touchdowns here this evening for the Knights. Again, this is the big 35-yard catch and run he had back in the first half to set the Knights up in scoring territory, and he was just a terror all night long on the ground and through the air. So you have Austin Witt on one side, and on the other side for Bluefield, Jashawn Brown. 3 touchdowns here this evening for him, including this electric 80-yarder that broke the game open early in the 4th quarter. He had scores from 20, from 12, and this one from 80. And just a tremendous game tonight from both Brown for Bluefield and Witt for Eastern Greenbrier. So again, those are your Serenity Med Spa Players of the Game here this evening. Well, again, your final score here this evening, Bluefield Buccaneers 32, The Eastern Greenbrier Knights 14. So we want to thank Jackie Donnell, our camera operator, braving the cold all night to help bring you the action. Butch Mounts, our engineer and executive producer of Video Productions, being here with us this evening to help us out. And I'm Chris Kidd saying so long this evening from Bluefield, West Virginia, as you've been watching West Virginia middle school football action presented by Secure Storage with locations in Beckley, Lewisburg, Rossford, and White Sulphur Springs, right here live on Video Productions.